So the Call of Duty Vanguard beta is here on PlayStation and will be opening to PC and Xbox later this weekend. So I thought I'd give it a go and see what it's about. See whether Call of Duty, has changed at all. And overall, honestly, I don't think this game's bad, but it is just another Call of Duty game. And we're going to get into the good things and the bad things and why I kind of feel like this. So let's start with the good things. Okay, so there's full next-gen support, which is great because there's not a lot of like PS5 games out at the minute. It has full haptic trigger feedback, 120 Hz, and on launch, it will have an FOV slider, which is huge because honestly, having no FOV slider is terrible, and some of the maps just aren't cut out for it. They're really close quarters, and having that FOV isn't fantastic. It is running on the Modern Warfare 2019 engine, which is great. It's a nice game engine. Modern Warfare was a lot of fun, and you can sort of feel that in this game. There feels to be some things slightly different. I don't know what it is. Something just feels slightly different, but at its core, it's still that same good engine that we know for Warzone as well. Don't get me wrong though, this game was a lot of fun to play. I give it a go for a couple hours, and I think at first I was really enjoying it, but I don't know if that was more of a nostalgia thing and playing something other than a BR. Some of the game modes were quite fun. It's not just the team deathmatch, there's a couple other stuff in there as well. Even though it says team deathmatch, it's like subcategories, kind of like the mosh pit in Modern Warfare. But it was quite fun, but then after an hour, 2 hour, you feel a bit like, it's just Call of Duty though, isn't it? And that sort of leads me on to the negatives, which we've got to remember, this is in its beta, and there's a lot of things that could be improved. First of all, for me, it was the gunplay, and it's been toned down since the alpha, but the actual distortions / muzzle flash when you're shooting someone feels a bit much. I don't know why, but sometimes I found it difficult to actually see what I was shooting, and although you can still get the kill, it just felt not that great. Alongside that, the guns don't feel to have that sort of kick about them. You get the recoil, but I don't know whether it's more audio. It just doesn't feel like you're actually shooting a weapon. It's probably audio related, I think. I know they changed this in the Cold War beta to the final release, so hopefully it's something that can be changed. Which, speaking of audio, leads me on to audio itself. It has been noted by Sledgehammer that this is a problem, but the audio is absolutely dreadful. You can't hear anything. Everything seems so quiet and muffled, even on max volume, and footsteps and where people are shooting from just becomes like one big giant mess, and you can't actually tell what's going on. For a game that could be competitive, that is a huge problem, and hopefully they will get that sorted for release. They said they couldn't get that done in time for the beta, but there's promise, I guess. Now, a big thing for me was the maps were quite fun. Like, the maps were quite fun. Some of them, however, there was one in particular, Hotel Royal, that was very, very small and close quarters, but it didn't feel to play like the old close quarters maps where they were a lot of fun. It was just seemed like a bit of a mess. I'm not sure why, but some of the spawns on these closer maps, and even some on the bigger maps, were just huge problems. Like, there was multiple instances where you'd spawn and there'd be an enemy there, or you could spawn trap the enemies, and that's obviously a huge thing. It makes it completely not fun, and again, hopefully it's something that can be sorted, whether it's just the amount of people that were dotted around the map and it was putting them in one place. I don't know, but there was multiple times where I'd spawned and an enemy was right in front of me, and I could either kill them because they weren't looking or they killed me, which is obviously a huge problem. Some of the servers weren't that great, but again, it could be better. There was a couple lag spikes here and there. Nothing too crazy. Couple points where there was potentially, like it would get you killed, but I suppose it is what it is. It's still better. Hopefully that'll be improved as well. Now, overall, I honestly think there's some really great stuff about it. And obviously we've gone through the problems as well. But at the end of the day, it is just another Call of Duty game. It is just a reskinned World War II version of Modern Warfare with some new maps and some new weapons. When it comes down to it, after that nostalgia wore off and you get into the game, it does feel like just another Call of Duty game. And there is match disbanding at the end of each match, so SBMM will definitely be a factor in this game. Whether it felt crazy for me, I don't know. Some games, if I did really well, it'd then make my next lobby harder, but then it'd go easier again. So there's definitely like some SBMM even going on in the beta. Whether that'll continue and how strong that actually is going into the final game, I guess you'll have to see. But honestly, overall, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. It's fun and, you know, you can just chill and play with friends, but it's just another Call of Duty game. That's why we'll say it's been, you know, like this in the COD franchise for a while. So if you enjoy Call of Duty, then definitely try it out. But if you're hesitant and maybe thinking, actually, I don't play Call of Duty that much, it's probably not worth your time. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been sort of helpful if you are thinking of checking out the game. If you are wanting to know anything else, please do drop a comment in the comments below. Give this video a like, and I will see you in the next one.